The one thing we need to embrace is that ancient civilizations had a body of knowledge and information that we've long lost. When you start studying the origins of humankind and ancient human history and ancient civilizations, it doesn't take long before you realize that something doesn't quite fit. And then we start finding the ancient ruins of southern Africa. He organized a helicopter flip. We flew around looking at these stone circle ruins. It's only when I saw it from the air and I saw the density of the ruins, how interconnected it is, that it's not just stone circles lying around randomly, that it's stone circles that are connected to each other by these channels that look like pathways, and then mountaintops that are covered in these terraces that are interlaced with stone circles and channels linking the stone circles together. Before I realized, I counted more than 10 million of these stone circle ruins. So we do know that the stone circles generate energy. They are frequency generating devices. And this is why each stone circle is a certain shape. No two stone circles are the same. Each one is completely unique. And they're all connected together because each stone circle generates a huge amount of sound frequencies, magnetic fields, and electromagnetic fields. So the sound frequencies come out of the ground, and the shape of the stone circle is determined by the sound frequency that comes out of the ground. It's called cymatics, the cymatic pattern. So we know that the stone circles generate frequency. We've measured it. We've measured very, very high frequencies coming out of the stone walls, and especially some of the stone circles that are shaped like flowers. We call the flower-shaped stone circles. Those are just giant magnetrons that are used in electrical devices like microwaves, little tiny magnetron like this that's in every microwave that generates all that power. They are little flower-shaped devices, magnetrons that create laser beams and phaser beams and all that kind of stuff in modern technology. This entire grid and connection are connected, millions of stone circles all connected to each other is just a huge energy generating machine. And that's when I realized, oh my God, we're dealing with an unknown civilization.
Could the use of magnets, sacred geometry, or water that gathers etheric energy be the method used by a previous lost civilization? Combine this with highly advanced ancient technology, which may have been lost with a previous generation unknown to us, and we may find some answers in the buildings right in front of us. Is achieved using geometry, water, or magnetism. Designed intelligent buildings that worked in conjunction with the vibrations of one's consciousness, Mother Nature, and possibly sound itself, using sacred engineering and architecture and possessing the knowledge of metaphysical geometry and sacred mathematics. Was it used to tap into free energy in the ether?
It's all based on geometry, resonance frequencies, everything vibrates. If we had an electric razor, we plugged it in, turned it on, set it on this table, it's going to move around, isn't it? Ever seen that?
Yeah.
That's the beginning of the concept because it's vibrating. Everything vibrates at a frequency, and if you know that frequency, you can control things.
The cathedrals are incredibly sophisticated energy harvesting and energy generating devices. Just modern versions of the temples in Egypt and the temples in ancient civilizations. It's right there for everyone to see. If you understand sound, frequency, electronics, resonance, it's very obvious what you're looking at. The stone circles are generating energy from the frequency of the earth, and cathedrals and churches today generate energy from the people being inside the church, You put a whole bunch of people inside a church or a cathedral, they make a lot of noise, they sing, they dance, they clap, and that sound goes up into the dome, it amplifies it, puts it into the tower, which is a cone. That cone speeds up the sound, it creates a Caesar beam, and that Caesar beam gets shot out of the top of the tower. And then some of the tops of the towers have little antennas with little balls on them, which suggests to us that they're actually controlling the frequency or to create a specific wave or a wavelength or a frequency of the sound coming out of that church that's created by the people in that cathedral or the church. This is just, it's very simple acoustics and harmonics. If you understand it, it's a no-brainer.
Perhaps everything is not what it may seem, so that we no longer have access to technological buildings and structures that could help expand our consciousness and harness the free energy of the earth.